Lacking the basics needed to shelter from freezing conditions, migrant families and unaccompanied children are stranded in the cold, waiting for a helping hand. But they've learned it's unlikely to come from the local community. In the northwest of Bosnia and Herzegovina, there are thousands like them hoping to cross into Croatia and into the EU. As the temperatures continue to drop, conditions are worsening at Camp Lipa, and for 900 people who've called it home, if only temporarily. The government refused to upgrade the camp for the winter, and with no running water or power, its residents were living in squalor. The International Organization for Migration, the IOM, began to shut it down last month and tried to find alternative accommodation. On December 23rd, a fire ravaged the camp and left those living there out in the cold. When they looked to relocate, local people blocked their buses. So they remain in the area, taking shelter wherever they can. Some have been doing that anyway for months. 16-year-old Ali sleeps in an abandoned bus.
I was in the Bihac camp for 2 months, but I've been sleeping in a bus for 5 or 6 months now. I'm living in really bad conditions. There's no one to look after us here, and it's not safe.
The Bira reception center he mentioned is fully stocked and sits unused after the EU spent $100 million to open it. It closed in October under pressure from local authorities. Unwelcome and unable to move, some have found shelter in homes abandoned during the war in the 1990s. But there's no hot water to wash, and it's difficult to cook.
Many of migrants are living here in this cold weather. In this weather, because of the coldness, they doesn't have shoes and jackets and clothes.
Most of the migrants come from Muslim-majority countries. Serb and Croat-dominated areas have refused to accommodate them, leaving aid agencies and others in a difficult position.
Basically, we are reaching out to 1,000 people, squatting all around the region, providing them with food parcels. People living in squats or those who are finding solutions in some deserted houses, devastated houses during the Bosnian war in here are in the need of the basic humanitarian assistance. Those people do not have the possibility for regular food distributions to receive the food on a daily basis.
The EU foreign policy chief says the reputation of Bosnia and Herzegovina is on the line as people are left dying in the snow. Andrew Chappelle, Al Jazeera.